Hello, hello. Welcome to another episode of From Impossible to Inevitable. I am your host, Megan Bauer. I'm so grateful that you pushed play today and that you are joining me. If you are new to the podcast, please know that there is a YouTube version that you can watch should you feel so inclined. And I will put a link to that in the show notes if you're interested. Thank you so much for your subscriptions, for your likes, your shares, your love, for recommending this podcast to your friends and family. I appreciate all of your support. Thank you so much. For today, I want to talk about something that I kind of said offhand to a friend about a month ago. And it's been echoing in my head since. And what I said was, this is just where you are. It's not who you are. I feel like a lot of the times we over identify with where we are at in life. I am a stay-at-home mom. I am this, I am that, I am at an entry level job, or I am, whatever it is. I am at the beginning of my business, I'm a solopreneur, or wherever it is that you are in life. We tend to over identify with that. And that is just where you are and not who you are. So I read this somewhere, I can't remember where, that we tend to um, notice the changes in ourselves and the changes in our lives looking backwards way easier than we are willing to acknowledge the changes looking forward. So think about 10 years ago in 2013. What were you doing in 2013? Where were you in 2013? What kind of a person were you in 2013? So in 2013, if we're talking about, June of 2013, I was just about to be pregnant with my firstborn. And um, we had recently bought a house. It was our very first house. We'd never been homeowners. We had a lot to learn, and we were about to become parents, and we had a lot that was vastly different than where we are at in life now. Jake and I have grown so much over the last 10 years. I can look back at 2013 and I can be like, holy cow, we've come so far. And whether your life has changed drastically like that, or has had more subtle changes, or whatever, I bet you can see the changes in your life from 10 years ago, from where you were physically, maybe, or where you were mentally or emotionally or in your career or whatever. A lot has changed in the last 10 years. And for whatever reason, it feels like wherever we are now is going to be where we are forever. It feels like it is indefinite. Think about 2033, 10 years from now. June 2033 is kind of unfathomable. Like, that date is coming. Whether or not you're here to see it is something we don't necessarily have control over. But that date is coming. In 10 years, it will be 2033. And where could you be by then? What could you be doing? What are the possibilities? They seem kind of unfathomable. So in 2033, okay, let's look at this. This is insane. 10 years ago, my oldest daughter wasn't born. Right now, she is 9. At this point in time, she is 9. In 10 years from now, she will be 19 and graduated from high school. And that is bananas. Bananas. And of course, where I'm at in life, where I'm at in business and career and what I do every day is going to be different, and who I am is going to be different. So of course, I've talked about this before, but this basement version Megan's podcast is just where I am right now. I am not identifying with basement Megan. I would never introduce myself as my name's Megan and I just run a podcast from my basement and it's no big deal. I mean, I might say it's no big deal, but I wouldn't be like, I am basement Megan, you know. And that's just silly. That's just where I am right now. And who knows what this is going to look like in 10 years? Who knows if I decide to continue for 10 years? Who knows? And the point is, going back to some of our very first episodes on vision, you have actually a lot of control over where you are in those 10 years based on what you choose to focus your time and your energy on right now. It seems like forever away. I feel that. Seems like forever away. But when you have that vision, you can direct that flow more than you think you do, more than you think you can. So I love, love, love metaphors. I love finding a good metaphor. It is so fun for me. So to kind of illustrate this a little bit, I want to take you on a little metaphor. And this is another way of looking at goal setting. It's another way of looking at visions. And I want you to accept in your mind that you are going to move. Like I'm talking in the metaphor, I'm talking about a physical location. You are going to move your residence. And this is an inevitability. You are going to move. Inevitable, done deal. There we go. You're going to move. And for the purposes of this metaphor, just go with me on this. Remove any restrictions as far as location and the type of house and the cost of the house. And if you could move absolutely anywhere, have any kind of house, have any kind of residence, it just allow yourself, for the purposes of this metaphor, to believe that you can move into that situation, whatever it is. And that, you know, if you really want to live by the ocean, but you want your family to live near you, just allow yourself to believe that all of the most important pieces will be present. So you are going to move. You can be as active and as specific in this move as possible. You can say, I want a 2,334 square foot home off the ocean, 3 bedrooms, 3 baths, with a kitchen that has garage doors open to the, you know, the ocean front and whatever. You can have whatever. You can be as specific as you want, or you can be as hands off and passive and non-specific as you want. You can be like, whatever my realtor brings to me, I'll just kind of pick from there. And that's kind of how this is. The more specific your vision for where you want to be in your life, in whatever it is that you do, the more likely you're going to get those specifics. If you are more hands off and are more like, whatever life throws my way, that's great, then you're just going to get whatever life throws your way. But the move is inevitable. Those 10 years are going to go by. That is inevitable. And you could be hands on right now. You can be out looking at properties right now. You can be, you know, going through the design magazines. You can be, you know, on Pinterest making boards for every room in your house and being as specific as possible. And maybe all of those very specific things don't actually end up a part of your move, but you'll get more of them than if you didn't do all of that work. If you didn't put all of that effort into getting what it is that you want and being where it is that you want to be. You are just where you are right now. It's not who you are. You get to decide who you are. You get to decide the kind of person you are. You get to decide that. And that is separate from where you are in life. And I feel like we don't really realize that a lot. We kind of intermingle the two and we're like, okay, well, this is where I am in life. So this is just who I am. And that doesn't necessarily have to go hand in hand. And there are so many people out there that decide that even though they're stay-at-home moms, they also run really successful seven-figure businesses. And they also do this and they also do that. And all of this, they're not confined by this, yeah, I stay at home with my kids and I do this, and I'm this kind of person, and I work out every day or whatever it is. You get to choose your constraints. Sometimes you get to choose what it is that you let hold you back. One of the things that Jake always tells new parents whenever, you find out somebody's pregnant and all of a sudden you're offering unsolicited advice, it just happens, whatever. And Jake is always like, look, dude, usually he's talking to men. He's like, look, dude, just because you have a kid, don't let that stop your life. If you guys want to go out to eat, sure, it might be a little bit harder because now you have a baby that, you either need to find care for, or you need to like train how to behave in a restaurant or whatever it is. But don't let your baby stop your life. If you want to go out to eat, go out to eat. Teach your kid how to behave in a restaurant so that it's not miserable. And we had a season where it was kind of miserable to eat out because our girls were just wild and they didn't want to eat and all of this, yet they loved going out to restaurants. And we were like, look, kids, if you want to go out to restaurants, you have to behave. You have to sit down in your chair, use a, nice, quieter voice. You have to behave. And I'm not saying they're perfect in restaurants because that would be a lie, but they are really good. And if we want to go out and eat, we go out and eat, and we take the time to train it into them, and we don't let them stop whatever it is that we want to do. So, whatever constraints that you are feeling in your life that you feel like restrict you from being who you want to be or doing what it is you want to do, there's a way to work with those things. There's a way to work around them, even if you want what you say you want badly enough. So that's what I've got for you today. Wherever it is you are in life, it's not who you are, it's just where you are. And where you are is continually changing, it's continually shifting. And we don't even notice it until we look back 10 years ago and we're like, holy crap, life has changed so much. And you don't want to get to this point where you're like, I wish I had just whatever. Sorry. You don't want to get to the point where you're like, I wish I didn't let that stop me. I wish. Just remove those excuses now, remove those constraints now, or work with them. However, let yourself be creative in problem solving and know that you can be wherever you want to be. You can be whoever you want to be. The move is inevitable. The years are coming. They are going to pass by no matter what. It's a train that you cannot stop. And so you might as well have a vision for where you want to go and consistently work on bringing that vision into your reality. Consistently work on bringing that vision, setting that as your destination point so that when the train pulls into that station, you'll be where you want to be, at least for the time. Because, like I said, the train doesn't stop. Once you get to wherever you want to be in 2033, 2043 is still coming. It's still coming. And that's a great thing about it being a journey. So you can try things. If you want to go back an episode or two and just try things on, it's okay. You can change your destinations. You can change your mind. You can try things on. And none of that has to be who you are either. Just try it out. There we go. That's what I have for you today. I hope you have a fantastic day. I hope that this metaphor helps you in creating a vision of where you want to be and actively going for it, because you can create whatever it is you want to create, and you can make it happen. The time's going to pass anyway. You might as well. Might as well. Okay. I wish you the best day and, of course, all the sparkly things. Bye for now.